Yes. Uh, yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Hitler. Good evening, Dimple D, Tinku, Jat, Sonu. Yeah, Sarishta. Good evening, beta. Welcome to the session on the blood supply of the gut. Yesterday, I have discussed about the abdominal aorta, and today I will be discussing the ventral branches of the abdominal aorta. Okay, the visceral branches, basically the branches which are supplying the organs of the abdominal cavity. And the very first thing that I'm going to discuss, it is the celiac trunk and its branches. It is the celiac trunk and its branches. So yes. Yeah, good evening, Priyanka, Garima, Sai Krishna. Yes. Nikinder, Kapil, Aditya, good evening. Good evening, guys. So it is very much important to learn this. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat box that the audio, visuals, everything is fine. Sahil Kure, good evening. Good evening, beta. Yes, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box that everything is fine so that I can start with the celiac trunk and its branches. Mira, before starting with the celiac trunk, after this slide, I will ask you everyone to know, rotate your notebooks and just draw the diagram on complete full page, right? Because it will be a heavy diagram, I would say. Okay. So yes, everything is fine. Yes, yes, everything is fine. Fine, fine. Chal, ठीक है ठीक है बेटा. Sure. Let us start. Yes. Ram Ram Tinku. Okay. Chal. So basically, you already know that this is the artery of the foregut. Artery of the foregut. Okay. It is the artery of the foregut, right? And it supplies, it supplies beta the stomach. Okay. It supplies the stomach. It supplies the stomach. Good evening, Tanvi. Good evening, Shah. Yes, Abukar says everything is clear. Okay, bye. Okay. Chalo, it is the artery of the foregut. It supplies the stomach. It supplies the upper half of the duodenum. Upper half of the duodenum. And along with that beta, it supplies the liver. It supplies the liver. It will give supply to spleen. Okay, it will give supply to spleen and it will also give supply to pancreas. It will also give supply to pancreas. Okay, so the artery of foregut, that is the celiac trunk. Okay, the celiac artery, the celiac trunk, it will supply the stomach. Okay, it will supply the stomach. Anakala, good evening. Good evening, beta. Good evening. It will supply the stomach. Yes, it will supply the stomach, the upper half of the duodenum, the upper half of the duodenum. Now, my question to everyone over here, rest half of the duodenum is supplied by, rest half of the duodenum, it is supplied by. Okay, so write in the chat box. Meanwhile, I'll just complete it. We have the liver, the complete liver supply, it is by the celiac trunk, the spleen, and the pancreas. All these organs are supplied by this. All these organs are supplied by this. Right? So yes, yes. Dhanashri Javale, good evening. Okay, fun mode says SMA. Yes, very good. Garima, very good. SMA, that is the superior mesenteric artery. That is the superior mesenteric artery. So बेटा इसमें एक पॉइंट और रिमेंबर आपको याद रखना. It is okay. We have the origin origin of the celiac trunk. It is basically at the level of upper border of L1. Shiv Kumar, good evening. Yes, everyone is right. Sai Krishna, very good. It is the superior mesenteric artery. So origin, it is the upper border of L1. In many books, it will be written like lower border of T12 or upper border of L1. So both are correct. Okay, so it is the lower border of T12 vertebra, right? Or upper border of L1 vertebra, upper border of L1 vertebra, right? So yes, remember guys that it is a very short trunk. Okay, it is a very short trunk. If I would say, if it is only half inches long, right? And it is like, if you can see over here in this particular diagram, okay, in this particular diagram, it is very like very short. Okay, it is giving multiple branches, and that branches we will discuss in detail. Okay, so yes, now I would ask everyone to rotate your notebooks and draw the diagram simultaneously, and on the other page, beta, and on the other page you have to write along with me. Whatever we will draw, you will write along with me, okay, simultaneously. So I will explain only once, so please keep your ears open, okay, your mind totally should be on the screen, right? It's a very big diagram. So yes, now we are already aware that this is, yeah, we are already aware that, suppose this is the abdominal aorta, right? This is the abdominal aorta. I'm just drawing a very small part of this abdominal aorta, okay? And you already know that, suppose this is the celiac trunk. Now over here, which I am marking right now, it is the celiac trunk. Now, let me label it, guys. So you already know that this part, it is the abdominal aorta, right? This is the abdominal aorta, and this part, it is the celiac trunk. It is the celiac trunk, okay? So from the abdominal aorta, we have the celiac trunk, right? Now, now, so yes. Now, beta, see, you have to draw two, three organs over here that have already mentioned, beta, that have already mentioned, right? Which I have already mentioned over here. So you are very well aware that we have, yeah, we have this stomach. Okay, just I'll draw a line diagram, guys. Nothing more fancy to be drawn. Yeah, this is the stomach, guys, right? This is the duodenum, right? This is the duodenum, and the stomach I have already drawn. The stomach I have already drawn, right? So just behind the stomach, beta, just behind the stomach, you will encounter another organ over here, and that is the spleen. So I will try to draw the spleen over here. Yeah. No. So this is the spleen that I have drawn right now. I will try to, mark as many structures I can in this diagram. So yes, now let us now start with the the very first branch, beta. The very first branch that you have to remember, it is the left gastric artery. It is the left gastric artery. It is the shortest branch, beta. So remember, from the celiac trunk, the very first branch that we have to discuss, okay, that is the left gastric artery. Okay, that is the left gastric artery. Okay, okay, that is the left gastric artery, and left gastric artery is giving branches to the esophagus as well. Okay, it is giving branches to the esophagus as well. So remember, we have multiple esophageal branches over here. Yeah, we have esophageal branches. So it is given by this particular artery only, that is supplying to the lower end of the esophagus. That is supplying to the lower end of the esophagus. Okay. So remember, guys, that this is the very first branch that we have talked about. Yes, it is the left gastric artery. Left gastric artery. Remember, it is a very short branch and it is giving some branches to the esophagus, and that is called as the esophageal branches. Okay, that is called as the esophageal branches. Esophageal branches. I hope this is clear. Yes, Ravinder, very good. So we have discussed about the very first branch of the celiac trunk, that is the left gastric artery. So in the next page, beta, in the next page, first we will draw that part and we will write along with it. Okay. तो लिखने वाला part भी साथ साथ ही कर लेते हैं, so that it's way easy for you people to remember also. So the very first branch, okay, we have discussed, it is the short gastric artery. Okay, I mean the left gastric artery. Left gastric artery. And remember, beta, the left gastric artery, it is the smallest branch of the celiac trunk. It is the smallest branch of the celiac trunk. It is the smallest branch of the celiac trunk. Okay, it is the smallest branch of the celiac trunk, and it gives esophageal branches. Esophageal branches. Okay, it gives esophageal branches, and that supplies the lower end of the esophagus. And it supplies the lower end of the esophagus. So I hope this is clear. The first branch of the celiac trunk is clear. फटाफट से एक thumbs up दे दो कि ये पता चल गया, it is the shortest branch, right? It is the shortest branch, and yes. Hmm. Very good, guys. तो स्प्लीन को ना थोड़ा सा हम लोग नीचे बना लेते हैं. तो या spleen I will draw a little bit. Angel Matthew says okay, yes sir, it is clear. Spleen I will draw a little bit down. बस मुझे alignment ये नहीं रहा. So yes, now hmm. Sure. So yes beta, remember that. Okay, let us wait. Hmm. Sure. Now coming on to the second branch of the celiac trunk. Coming on to the second branch of the celiac trunk. I will show you the corresponding pictures in the atlas as well. So no need to worry, beta. Okay. No need to worry. Or I can just draw it like I have to just draw it very close to the stomach, right? I'm just trying to draw it very close to the stomach. Basically, we have two types of spleen: the diffuse spleen and the compact spleen. Can anyone tell me the difference between the diffuse spleen and the compact spleen? So yes, spleen. So meanwhile, just I'm drawing the other branch. Remember guys, the other branch of the celiac trunk. Okay, the other branch of the celiac trunk. It is tortuous in nature. Now, when I say beta tortuous, okay, it is tortuous in nature and it is passing behind the stomach. It is passing behind the stomach, and yes, it is passing behind the stomach. It is passing behind the stomach, and at the end, it is giving on several, it is dividing it into several short terminal branches. Okay, these are called as the hilar branches. These are called as the hilar branches. So let me label it. So this is the, remember beta, this is the splenic artery. Okay, If you can see it, it is the splenic artery. And splenic artery, I have drawn tortuous in nature. Okay, it is a tortuous artery. Beta, why? What is the reason why it is tortuous in nature? And at the end, it is actually dividing into 5 to 7 hilar branches. 5 to 7, okay, hilar branches. Can anyone tell me why it is tortuous in nature? Yes, 5 to 7 hilar branches. Yes, and this structure you already know that this is the spleen. This is the spleen. Yes. So splenic artery, it is the longest branch. Okay, the splenic artery, it is the largest branch of the celiac trunk. Okay, and now guys, we have to learn the branches of the splenic artery. Beta, firstly, it is a tortuous artery, right? Because as soon as you know the abdominal viscera expands, beta, so this artery also can expand. ठीक है अगर there is a movement of the abdominal cavity inside the organs, they will move from one place to another. So they this artery is actually made tortuous in nature. That's one of the reason, right? That's one of the reason. So yes, now this splenic artery, beta, this splenic artery, yes, to increase the length, yes, due to the movement of the abdominal viscera, basically, yes, yeah, Sarishta, very good, beta, yeah. Now, apart from that, beta, remember that this splenic artery, okay, will give a branch, okay, it will give a branch that will supply the fundus of the stomach. Okay, this is the fundus part. I've drawn a lot like over here. So yes, this splenic artery is giving a branch that is supplying the fundus part of the stomach. And remember that that is the short gastric artery. So yes, this is the short gastric artery. Short gastric artery, and arteries basically short gastric arteries, and these are actually supplying the fundus of the stomach, right? Now beta, two arteries I have already told you it is tortuous because see, why it is tortuous, beta, as the stomach moves, the spleen also moves. Okay. And when it is moving, when it is like getting far away from that, so that the blood supply is not hampered. It is the largest artery, I'm telling you, so that it can increase the length, even though the organs, if they are moving, okay, so that like to increase some extra length, okay. So, yes, that's why. Now, now, guys, tell me in the chat box why how many arteries till now are supplying the stomach? Only the stomach part. Just name in the chat box because when I will discuss the blood supply of the stomach, so you should know which artery is coming from where. So I'm just asking you that which artery will supply, like till now, how many arteries I have drawn? Short gastric arteries, or basically you should remember it supplies the fundus of the stomach. It supplies the fundus of stomach, right? Now, apart from that, beta, it will give one more branch along the greater curvature of the stomach. Okay, so that's why it is called as, yeah, the another branch, okay, of the splenic artery. Yes, another branch of the splenic artery. It is called as the left gastric artery. Yes, yes, right. Yes. So yes, gastric artery, very good. Akshata, very good. So this is the, remember, it is the left gastroepiploic artery. Epiploic artery. बेटा epiploic refers to the peritoneal fold. जो greater omentum वाला part है, that refers to the peritoneal fold बेटा. Okay, so we have this left gastroepiploic artery, right? So now, yes, so we have already discussed the yeah, the terminal splenic branches, that is the hilar branches. Okay, we have discussed one branch coming from the splenic artery, short gastric artery, and one branch, that is the left gastroepiploic artery. Now coming on to the next branch beta of the splenic artery, coming on to the next branch of the splenic artery, and that you have to remember beta, you already know that we have the pancreas, right? We have this pancreas, okay, that is just passing behind. Yeah, so let us just draw this pancreas also. Yes. I'm just drawing like a very simple layman's diagram, so no need to like yes. So remember guys that the splenic artery, it is giving off three branches to the pancreas also. Okay, these are called as the pancreatic branches coming from the spleen. Okay, and these are all dorsal. These are all dorsal. So we have branch 1, branch 2, and branch 3. So we have three branches coming from the splenic artery that is actually supplying the pancreas. That is actually supplying the pancreas. And the name of these three branches, beta, 1. I'm just writing it on side so that you can have an idea over here. So yes, remember that the first one, basically it stands for the first one, it stands for the dorsal pancreatic artery. Dorsal pancreatic artery. Okay. The second one, it is arteria pancreatica magna. Arteria pancreatica magna. And the third one, it is the arteria pancreatica chordae. Arteria pancreatica chordae. Chordae का मतलब बेटा क्या होता है? टेल. तो थर्ड वाली ऑब्वियसली टेल के अराउंड है. ओके. पेनक्रियाटिका मैग्ना बेटा याद रखना, इट इज द लार्जेस्ट ब्रांच. इट इज द लार्जेस्ट ब्रांच. मैग्ना का मतलब ही क्या होता है? मेजर, बड़ा, बिग. Apart from that, the dorsal pancreatic artery. So these all three are like the posterior branches only. The dorsal pancreatic artery, it is supplying the body part. Okay. Pancreatica magna along with the body part, like the major body part, and the chordae, it is supplying the tail. So right now, guys, in the chat box, tell me how many pancreatic branches we have just discussed right now. Okay. Pancreatic branches is like the three that we have discussed, but I want the splenic artery branches. So the celiac trunk. So we'll complete in our notes as well. The celiac trunk. Yes. The second one, it is the splenic artery. Splenic artery. And remember, beta, it is the largest branch. It is the largest branch of the celiac trunk. It is the largest branch of the celiac trunk. Largest branch of CT, celiac trunk, I'm writing like CT. Okay. So, yes. The very first branch that we have to remember, we have the gastric artery, or I can simply say the short gastric arteries. Okay, I have drawn one, but remember that the short gastric arteries are actually 5 to 7 small branches. Yes. Yes, very good. Right fun mode, right fun mode. Yes, it is the pancreatic branches, the gastric branches. Yes. We have 5 to 7 small branches. We have 5 to 7 small branches, right? Which arise from the terminal part of the splenic artery, right? So these short gastric arteries, basically they arise from the terminal part of the splenic artery. You can see in the picture. So it is like arising from this terminal part. You can see the short gastric arteries. These are actually 5 to 7 in number, right? Small branches. Apart from that, remember guys, yeah, this short gastric artery, basically they supply the fundus of the stomach. Okay, they supply the fundus of the stomach. They supply the fundus of the stomach. Apart from that, guys, we have one more branch, that is the terminal branch. It is giving off to left gastroepiploic artery. Left gastroepiploic artery. You already know that it arises near the hilum of the spleen. Yeah, basically it is the terminating branch only. Okay. Yes. Hmm. So yes, it is supplying the upper one third of the greater curvature. Okay. Yes, it is supplying upper one third of the greater curvature. Upper one third of the greater curvature. It is also supplying the greater momentum. So yeah. Now we have terminal splenic branches. Terminal splenic branches. And you already know these are 5 to 6 end arteries. These are 5 to 6 end arteries which enters the hilum of the spleen. Which enters the hilum of the spleen. And the fourth one, beta, we have the pancreatic branches. Okay, pancreatic branches. So these are again three in number. We have dorsal pancreatic artery. We have the dorsal pancreatic artery. Okay. The second one, we have the arteria pancreatica magna. And the third one, it is arteria pancreatica caudate. Caudate का मतलब क्या होता है? Tail. You already know caudate means tail, the caudal part. Arteria pancreatica magna. Magna major हो गया. So it is the largest branch out of all three. It is the largest branch out of all three. It is the largest branch out of all three. So I hope these all फोर ब्रांचेस आर क्लियर. बेटा फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो चैट बॉक्स में, जल्दी से एक थम्स अप दे दो that all these four branches that I have told right now, like it's clear. So the splenic artery, it is passing behind the stomach, right? And it is at the terminal point giving 5 to 7 hilar branches or terminal spleen branches. It is giving 5 to 6 short gastric branches, right? It is supplying the fundus of the stomach. At the terminal end, it is also giving one branch that is called as the left gastroepiploic artery. Angel Matthews, very good. And while passing behind the stomach, it is giving three dorsal branches to the pancreas. Okay, they are termed as the dorsal pancreatic artery, arteria pancreatica magna, and arteria pancreatica caudate. I hope this is clear up till now. So celiac trunk has majorly three branches. The two we have already discussed. Okay, the two we have already discussed. That is the left gastric artery, the left gastric artery, and the splenic artery. Okay, the two we have already discussed, right? Now coming on to the third one. Yes, Angel, Dimple, Fun Mode, Kriti, Anakala, very good बेटा. बाकी सब भी रिप्लाई देते रहो, जो भी क्लासेस ले रहे हैं, kindly reply me on the chat box. मुझे पता चलना चाहिए कि you guys are getting some, ठीक है? Now बेटा, again I have to draw one organ. पहले ही बोला था कि सब कुछ साथ साथ बनाते रहिए, okay? बाकी बच्चे भी रिप्लाई करते रहो. So yes, you already know that we have this is the liver part beta that I have just trying to draw. So this is the liver. Now it is also supplying spleen. Spleen वाला part देख लिया, stomach वाला part देख लिया, थोड़ा सा pancreas वाला part भी देख लिया. Now coming on to the liver part, right? Now coming on to the liver part. So remember the third branch of the celiac trunk. Okay, the third branch of the celiac trunk. It is termed as the common hepatic artery. Okay, this is termed as the common hepatic artery. Now, this common hepatic artery divides into two branches. Okay, divides into two branches. Okay, one, it is the right देखो left gastric artery थी. So we will have something which is called as the right gastric artery. Okay, we have the right gastric artery which will anastomose with the left gastric artery, and we have another branch that is called as the hepatic artery proper. So let us now just mark it. So remember beta that this is, it is called as the common hepatic artery. Yes, it is called as the common hepatic, or I can just, yes, yes, it is the common hepatic artery. That is the third branch, and it bifurcates into, now this one, this branch, it is called as the right gastric artery. Okay, right gastric artery, and this one, it is called as the hepatic artery proper. Hepatic artery proper. Okay, this is called as the hepatic artery proper. Now this hepatic artery proper will divide into two branches beta. This hepatic artery proper, okay, it will divide into two branches. Okay, it will divide into two branches beta. Okay, so we have the left hepatic artery. Okay, we have the left hepatic artery for the left lobe. How many lobes are there in the liver? How many lobes are there in the liver? Kindly just tell me in the chat box how many lobes are there in the liver. क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछो तो बिल्कुल ही और ये वाला हो जाएगा द राइट हेपेटिक आर्टरी. द राइट hepatic artery. Now, left hepatic artery and the right hepatic artery. Yes, two lobes बता रही है गरिमा. चलो right hepatic lobe, left hepatic lobe, caudate lobe और quadrate lobe, वो कौन से lobes है फिर? Now remember guys, we have something which is called as the gallbladder. Okay, which is called as the gallbladder. Now from the right hepatic artery, beta, again very important, from the right hepatic artery an artery will come and supply the gallbladder. Fun mode says 4. So yes, this artery, it is termed as, yeah, the cystic artery. Okay, this is termed as the cystic artery. Yeah, I'll just use another pen so don't confuse it. So this artery, it is termed as the cystic artery. तो अभी तक कुछ नहीं किया है, हम लोगों ने थर्ड ब्रांच की बात की है बेटा, हम लोगों ने थर्ड ब्रांच की बात की है. The third branch, the third branch you already know, it is the common hepatic artery. Left gastric artery, splenic artery, and common hepatic artery. Now this common hepatic artery bifurcates into hepatic artery proper and right gastric artery. Right gastric artery, right? Okay. Okay. Now बेटा इसमें एक चेंज कर लेना. This right gastric artery, okay, I'll just erase it. In most of the cases beta, it is coming from the hepatic artery proper only. So yes, if you want me to bifurcate it, I will firstly bifurcate into two parts beta. One artery, it is going towards the duodenum, and this is called as the gastroduodenal artery. I'll just draw it. Yeah, it is the gastroduodenal artery. Gastroduodenal artery. Now, yes, right gastric artery, beta, majority of the population may it is coming from the hepatic artery proper only. Otherwise, it's a direct branch from the common hepatic artery. But अभी जो latest update है, yes, latest update के according, beta, I will go with the fact that it is coming from the hepatic artery proper. So this right gastric artery, you have to just make the slide change. Okay, it is coming from this hepatic artery proper. Okay, the common hepatic artery will divide into the hepatic artery proper and the gastroduodenal artery, and this right gastric artery will come from the hepatic artery proper. इतना क्लियर है बेटा? फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो, फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो. या इतना क्लियर है तो फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से चैट बॉक्स के अंदर. या a right gastric artery can also come from common hepatic artery. It is not like wrong beta. It is like in majority of the population it is coming from the hepatic artery proper, but it can arise from the common hepatic artery as well, right? So I hope this is clear guys right now. Yes. Garima says yes, it's clear. Okay. Now चलो बाकी लोग थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से फटाफट, बाकी लोग थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से फटाफट. Now this gastroduodenal artery passes behind the duodenum, okay, and it will give off two branches beta. Yes, Angel, Anushka, Abhi, very good beta. No, I should. This gastroduodenal artery, yes, this gastroduodenal artery will pass behind the duodenum, okay, and it will give another branch that will go and anastomose with the left gastroepiploic artery. Can anyone tell me the name of this branch, beta? Can anyone tell me the name of this branch? Yeah, what will be the name of this branch? हाँ बेटा, common hepatic gives two branches, gastroduodenal plus proper hepatic, वही तो बनाया ना बेटा. देखो, hepatic artery proper ये हो गई और gastroduodenal ये हो गई जो नीचे जा रही है, ठीक है? हाँ. इन सम बुक्स अगर तुम्हें ये भी लिखा हुआ मिले कि नो द राइट gastric artery it is coming from common hepatic also, so it's not wrong, right? We tend to take it is coming from the hepatic artery proper, but कुछ population में ऐसा भी हो सकता है. It's not always like कि it's not there, right? तो वही बनाया है, ठीक है, fun mode. I hope it's clear now. Can anyone tell me the name of this artery? Yeah. Hmm. Sure. Yes, very good. It is the right gastroepiploic artery. Epiploic artery. Okay. And it is giving one branch. Okay. That is supplying the head of the pancreas as well and the uncinate process. And this branch. Yes. Very good. Anushka, Sarishta, very good. This branch, it is supplying the head of the pancreas and the uncinate process. It is called as the superior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Okay, it is named as the superior. Yes, it is named as the superior. हाँ, pancreatico-duodenal है वरुण कश्यप, but you have to be like very sure. It is superior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Superior pancreatico-duodenal artery, right? Now, guys, apart from that, the superior pancreatico-duodenal artery again divides into anterior and posterior branches. So that is again okay. So you should remember that the gastroduodenal artery passes behind the duodenum and it will bifurcate into two parts. The right gastroepiploic artery, which will anastomose with the left gastroepiploic artery, and it is giving one branch that will supply the head part, okay, and the uncinate process, that is the superior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Now, this superior pancreatico-duodenal artery gives a very short branch, okay, to the duodenum directly. Okay, it gives a very short branch to the duodenum directly, and it is called as the supraduodenal artery. Again, yeah, it is called as the supraduodenal artery. So that you also have to mention. It is the supraduodenal artery, very short branch. Okay, duodenal artery. So yes, I hope this is clear now. I hope this is clear now. Hmm. चलिए फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो कि ये क्लियर हो गया है. सो नाउ गाइस एक बार थर्ड वाले को दोबारा से बता देता हूँ so that it's very much clear. You already know we have this common hepatic artery, that is a branch directly coming from the celiac trunk. Celiac trunk say we have a common hepatic artery which divides into hepatic artery proper, and we have this gastroduodenal artery. Okay, so the common hepatic artery will divide into hepatic artery proper and gastroduodenal artery. This hepatic artery proper, from this hepatic artery again, a branch will come and it will supply the lesser curvature of the stomach, that is the right gastric artery, and it will anastomose with the left gastric artery. Anastomose का मतलब सबको समझ में आता है ना, it is joining with the left gastric artery. Apart from that, in some population, you can see that this right gastric artery can come directly from common hepatic artery also. Again, no problem, okay, that I have drawn earlier. Okay, so right now it's the correct one. Yeah, this hepatic artery proper will divide into right hepatic artery and the left hepatic artery. Right hepatic artery gives a branch, okay, to the gallbladder, and the artery which supplies the gallbladder, it is called as the cystic artery. The artery which supplies the gallbladder, it is the cystic artery. Apart from that, the gastroduodenal artery is giving a very small branch, okay, towards the duodenum. It is called as the supraduodenal artery. This gastroduodenal artery passes behind the duodenum and it bifurcates into two. We have the right gastroepiploic artery, which anastomose with the left gastric epiploic artery. They both supply the greater curvature of the stomach. And we have one branch from the gastroduodenal artery, that is the superior pancreaticoduodenal artery, which again divides into anterior and posterior branches and this supplies the head and the uncinate process. Okay, फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो अगर ये क्लियर हो गया तो ये जो थर्ड वाला पार्ट है ये थोड़ा सा लिख लेते हैं. ओके, जो थर्ड वाला पार्ट है ये थोड़ा सा लिख लेते हैं. चल मैंने एक स्लाइड ऐड कर दी जस्ट टू मेक श्योर आई वांट टू राइट इट आल्सो राइट. Dimple D, very good beta, very good. What about rest guys? I hope everyone has understood. Yes, I hope everyone has understood, so I'm just writing the third one. Yes, the third branch, it is the common hepatic artery. Common hepatic artery. Okay, so the very first branch you already know that we have already discussed. It is, yeah, the hepatic artery proper. The hepatic artery proper. Yes, Sai Krishna, very good. Hepatic artery proper. And we have the gastroduodenal artery. Gastroduodenal artery. And you already know the gastroduodenal artery gives a very small branch. It gives a very small branch, that is the supraduodenal artery. Supraduodenal artery. And after passing like behind the duodenum, it will again, it bifurcates into two arteries. You already know we have the right gastroepiploic artery and superior pancreaticoduodenal artery. Duodenal artery. Right? Superior pancreaticoduodenal artery. Apart from that, you already know the hepatic artery proper. Okay, the hepatic artery proper will divide into the right hepatic artery. We have the right lobe and the left lobe. Right hepatic artery. We have the left hepatic artery. And this right hepatic artery will give a branch to the gallbladder, and that is called as the cystic artery. That is the artery of gallbladder. Artery of cystic duct होता है ना बेटा, तो उससे भी याद रख सकते हो, artery of gallbladder, right? And the yes. I hope this is clear. Yeah, I hope this is clear to everyone. So the common hepatic will divide into hepatic artery proper, gastroduodenal artery. Okay, the hepatic artery proper will also give rise to, okay, in majority of the cases, it will give rise to right gastric artery. It will give rise to the right gastric artery. फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो बेटा जल्दी से, फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से. I hope this diagram is clear to everyone. I hope this diagram is pretty clear to everyone. चल जल्दी से एक thumbs up दे दो. I'm waiting for your thumbs up so that I can start with the superior mesenteric artery. I can start with the superior mesenteric artery. Anakala, very good. Sonu, very good. Very good. Dimple D, Abhi, very good. Very good, beta. चलो चलो रिप्लाई देते रहा करो कुछ। आई होप एवरीथिंग सब कुछ समझ में आ गया है, ठीक है। चलो लेट अस नाउ स्टार्ट विद द ओके। तो बेटा ये अगर डायग्राम एटलस का डायग्राम है, सो आई जस्ट गो थ्रू इट वंस before starting with the superior mesenteric artery. You can see the celiac trunk over here. Okay, let me use like black color. You can see the celiac trunk. Okay, the celiac trunk giving rise to left gastric artery, the tortuous splenic artery. Okay, and we have the common hepatic artery. All the three arteries: the left gastric, splenic artery, and the common hepatic artery. And this is the same diagram that we have like copy pasted before, right? So you can all go through these diagrams as well. It will be there in the presentation. So kindly, like I will provide the PDF. Okay, I will provide the PDF in the group. Okay, so kindly go through the PDF as well. So you can very well see that we have the, this is the, okay. Now guys, tell me the one which I'm marking with A. एग्जाम में काफी बार क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, व्हाट इज दिस A guys? चलो अगर तुम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया है तो फटाफट से A बता दो, व्हाट इज A? What is A over here right now? And after that, you can already know it is dividing into hepatic artery. Yeah, proper hepatic artery, which is again dividing into the right and left hepatic artery. And from the right hepatic artery, we have the cystic artery. We have the cystic artery. And we have the gastroduodenal artery. And can you see a very small branch coming over here? So it is called as the supraduodenal artery. It is called as the supraduodenal artery. Yes, Anushka, very good Anushka. It is the common hepatic artery. बेटा स्पॉटर्स आते हैं एग्जाम्स में तो ये सब चीजें क्लियर होनी चाहिए, इमेज डिस्क्रिप्शन आना चाहिए आप लोगों को. Yes, everyone is right. अभी very good. It is the common hepatic artery. It is the common hepatic artery. So now guys, starting with the superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric artery और थोड़ा थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी हाथ चलाना, थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी हाथ चलाना. Okay. So remember guys, it is the artery of the midgut. Okay. It is the artery of the midgut. Yes, everyone is right. Dimple D, Kapil, very good. So it is the artery of the midgut. मैं एक ही बार में blood supply बता रहा हूँ. When I will study, no, when I will teach you the stomach, then you guys have to tell me which artery is supplying the stomach. Can anyone tell me in the chat box how many arteries right now it is supplying the lesser curvature and the greater curvature? Can you name the arteries, or can you tell me in totality how many arteries we have drawn that are supplying the stomach? So yes, I'm waiting for it. So it is the artery of the midgut. So when I say midgut beta, so you should remember हमने कहाँ पे छोड़ा था? Upper half of the duodenum. So you should know we have the lower half of the duodenum. Lower half of the duodenum. Okay. We have jejunum. We have jejunum. We have ileum. We have ileum. We have cecum. Okay. We have ascending colon. Ascending colon. Okay, and right 1/3 of transverse colon. Right 1/3 of transverse. Yes, Anushka, you are absolutely right. Let me see how many of you agree with the answer given by Anushka. Yes, right 1/3 of the transverse colon. Right. So we have the lower half of the duodenum, the jejunum, ileum. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum, all the three parts, right, of the small intestine. Then we have the cecum, असेंडिंग कोलॉन एंड बेटा असेंडिंग कोलॉन है और ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन का राइट 1/3 पार्ट ही है, ठीक है, राइट 1/3 ऑफ द ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन. ओके, सॉरी 1/3 नहीं है, इट विल बी 2/3 ऑफ द ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन, राइट 2/3 ऑफ द ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन. चलो चलो आंसर देते रहो, ठीक है, आंसर्स करते रहो. ओके, तो ऑरिजिन आप लोगों को याद होना चाहिए. व्हाट इज द ऑरिजिन ओवर हियर? So origin, it is actually behind the body of the pancreas. So yes, it is exactly at the level of the lower border of L1. Lower border of L1. Lower border of L1. बेटा वो अपर बॉर्डर ऑफ L1 था और लोअर बॉर्डर ऑफ T12. ये लोअर बॉर्डर ऑफ L1 पे है, ये लोअर बॉर्डर ऑफ L1 पर है, ठीक है. So that is you guys have to remember, right? Apart from that, yeah. Now let us now draw the diagram, guys. Let us now try to draw the diagram of the superior mesenteric artery. फटाफट से बता दो, ये लिख लिया सब लोगों ने? जो नोट्स लिखवाए जा रहे हैं, आई होप यू गाइस हैव रिटन दैट. अच्छा, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Right and left gastric, short gastric, left gastric epiploic and right gastric epiploic. Very good, fun mode. Very good, beta. It's like you are constantly. चलो ये वाला डायग्राम फटाफट से देख लेते हैं. तो बेटा हमने जेजुनम और इलियम तो नहीं बना सकते. जेजुनम एंड इलियम समवट लुक लाइक दिस. तो ये जेजुनम और इलियम वाला जो ब्रांचेस है, ये वाला पार्ट है. ठीक है. तो यही डायग्राम मैं रेप्लिकेट करूंगा वहां पे. दिस पर्टिकुलर डायग्राम विच इज गिवन इन द बुक, आई विल ट्राई टू रेप्लिकेट इट. Okay, I will try to replicate it. Okay, now guys, remember that, for example, okay, you are going to label the parts for me, beta. You are going to label the parts for me. You are going to label the parts for me. Hmm. Now guys, tell me what is A, what is A, what is B, what is C. Chal, you guys are going to tell me what is A. हाँ, टिल्ट कर लो बेटा बुक. वैसे तो ये डायग्राम इट्स नॉट दैट लेंथी, but yeah, if you want you can do it. Meanwhile, you label me the parts. You can also tell me what is D. Okay, or you can just like draw it in a very simple way. Hmm. So you can also tell me what is D over here. Okay, and you have to tell me we have something which is called as the this part, and it is, I will mark for you, it is the terminal ileum. It is the terminal ileum. आंसर्स नहीं आ रहे हैं, क्या बात है? आंसर्स भेजो जल्दी जल्दी. हम्म. चल ठीक. नाउ द ए पार्ट बेटा. A, it is the ascending, it is the ascending colon. बेटा ये राइट साइड है बॉडी का, एंड दिस इज द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द बॉडी. ठीक है. यस, असेंडिंग कोलॉन. अनुष्का वेरी गुड. ए इज द हेपेटिक. हाँ, ए हेपेटिक फ्लेक्सर, सी ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन और सीकम. वेरी गुड अनुष्का, परफेक्ट बेटा. तो इसमें तुम्हारी लेबलिंग बिल्कुल सही है. तो वी हैव द ascending colon, ascending colon. ये जो पार्ट होता है बेटा, द सी विच आई हैव ड्रॉन, इट इज ऑक्यूपाइड बाय द लिवर. So that is called as the hepatic flexure of colon. Okay, it is called as the hepatic flexure of colon. Hepatic flexure of colon. And the B part, beta. It is the transverse colon. Yes, it is the transverse. Transverse चाह रहा है ना, obviously जो दिख रहा है वही बोलना है. Transverse colon. और इसमें भी हमें सिर्फ राइट टू थर्ड ही पढ़ना है. तो हमें पता है ना कि राइट टू थर्ड यही हो जाएगा. राइट टू थर्ड. बाकी जो ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन का बाकी वाला हिस्सा है, द लेफ्ट वन थर्ड बेटा, इट विल बी सप्लाइड बाय विच आर्टरी? लेफ्ट वन थर्ड इट विल बी सप्लाइड बाय विच आर्टरी इन द चैट बॉक्स बेटा? अनकला वेरी गुड. गरिमा वेरी गुड. वेरी गुड बेटा. कपिल कपिल वेरी गुड. कपिल वेरी गुड. यस. तो वो भी मुझे फटाफट से बता दो. हाँ. तो टर्मिनल इलियम और ये डी वाला पार्ट जो है सीकम, ये सीकम, तो यस। नो बेटा, रिमेंबर इंफीरियर मेसेंट्रिक आर्टरी फन मोड, वेरी गुड बेटा, आईएमए वाला पार्ट हो गया वो, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। So beta, you already know we have something which is called as the superior mesenteric artery, right? Okay. Now, yes, inferior mesenteric artery सबका सही है, कृति, तन्वी, डिम्पल, कपिल, अभी, very good. Everyone is right. Now beta, if I just want to draw over here, that is the third part of the duodenum. So if I'm just drawing the third part, okay, I'm just mentioning it as the third part of the duodenum. Meanwhile, in the chat box, just let me know how many duodenum parts are there. How many duodenum parts are there? This is the third part of the duodenum. Okay, in front of the third part of the duodenum, the superior mesenteric artery will pass. Okay, the superior mesenteric artery will pass. Yes. Sure. In front of the third part of the duodenum, it will pass, and let me just draw it. So it is like this. So it is passing like this, okay, and it is coming like this. Now, this is the superior mesenteric artery. Now, beta, the very first branch, Kapil says 4 parts. Very good. Kriti, Anushka, very good. Tanvi, very good. Very good. Fun mode, very good. Now, guys, just before that, I just want to, okay, let us continue from where we left. So, beta, हमने वहां पे छोड़ा था superior pancreatico-duodenal artery. If you remember that we have, yeah, we have this branch over here, that is the superior pancreatico-duodenal artery. तो अब सुपीरियर मेसेंट्रिक आर्टरी की फर्स्ट ब्रांच क्या होगी बेटा? फटाफट से बताओ, सुपीरियर मेसेंट्रिक आर्टरी की फर्स्ट ब्रांच क्या होगी? What will be the first branch of the superior mesenteric artery? Yes, it will be, yes, it will be inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. And it will anastomose with superior pancreatico-duodenal artery, right? So yes, now remember guys, suppose this is the, okay, so this is, let me just mark it. It is the superior mesenteric artery. Yes, the superior mesenteric artery is giving the first branch, okay, and that is the inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Yes, fun mode, very good. It is the inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery, right? So yes, now on coming down, beta, we already know it is supplying some portion of the pancreas as well, right? It is supplying some portion of the duodenum, the lower half of the duodenum. While coming down, beta, it will give certain branches, okay? It will give certain branches to the jejunum and the ileum part, okay? The jejunum and the ileum part. And these are called as the jejunal and ileal branches. The jejunal and the ileal branches. Okay. Okay. Except the terminal ileum. बेटा ये भी ध्यान रखना, except the terminal ileum. वो अभी हम लोग देखेंगे कौन सप्लाई कर रहा है. Except the terminal ileum. Right. I hope it is clear. jejunal and ileal branches, or yes, it is supplying the jejunum and the ileum except the terminal इलियम, राइट, एक्सेप्ट द टर्मिनल इलियम। तो ये क्लियर हो गया। तो अभी हमने हमने दो ब्रांचेस पढ़ ली है, एक तो पढ़ ली इंफीरियर पेनक्रियाटिक ड्यूडेनल आर्टरी, और दूसरी हम लोगों ने पढ़ ली अभी यहाँ पे, दैट इज द जेजुनल एंड द इलियल ब्रांचेस, दैट इज द जेजुनल एंड द इलियल ब्रांचेस, राइट। नाउ yes, it is giving one branch, okay, it is giving one branch to the right side, okay, I'll use this pen. It is giving one branch to the right side. Okay, so it is called as the right colic artery. So it is called as the right colic artery. Now this right colic artery, if it will go straight, beta, again use the concept over here. If it will go straight, it can supply only a small portion of the ascending colon. So now this right colic artery, before entering into the ascending colon, okay, before entering into the ascending colon, it will bifurcate, okay, it will bifurcate into two parts, okay. It will give one upper branch and will give one lower branch. So this right colic artery will give one upper branch. I'm writing upper as U, and it will give one lower branch. It will give one lower branch, and it will give some small branches to the entire ascending colon. It will give small branches to the entire ascending colon, like this. So right colic artery, which is a branch of the superior mesenteric artery, before entering into the ascending colon, it will give two branches majorly, one upper and one lower, and then it will give some small branches, and these small branches, beta, these small branches, okay, these small branches are called as, or I'll just use another pen for this. Yeah, these small branches are called as the arcuate branches, okay. These are called as the arcuate branches. क्या इतना क्लियर है सब लोगों को? फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो, जल्दी से एक थम्स अप दे दो, that this particular part is clear to everyone over here. Yes, so it is giving yeah, हाँ, एंजल मैथ्यू सेज यस सर, इट्स क्लियर, इट्स क्लियर, इट्स क्लियर। ओके, बाकी सब भी देते रहो। या अगेन गोइंग बाय द पार्ट होंगे ना बेटा, मैंने बोला कि लोअर हाफ ऑफ द ड्यूडेनम हो गया तो वो क्या हो गया, इंफीरियर पेनक्रियाटिक ड्यूडेनल आर्टरी, जेजुनम इलियम हो गया तो जेजुनल एंड इलियल ब्रांचेस एक्सेप्ट द टर्मिनल इलियम। उसके बाद अब हम लोगों ने बात की असेंडिंग कोलॉन में, असेंडिंग कोलॉन हो गया। अब आ जाओ बाकी बाकी चीजों पे, ट्रांसवर्स कोलॉन और बाकी वाली चीजों पे। साई कृष्णा, कृति, अनुष्का, सोनू, टेम्पल, गरिमा, वेरी गुड बेटा, अभी वेरी गुड। नाउ दिस राइट कोलिक आर्टरी, okay, now the right colic artery का part हो गया। Now the superior mesenteric artery will have another branch beta, I'll use orange color now, okay, I will use orange color so that we have the color coding. So now this superior mesenteric artery will give another branch, okay, that will supply the transverse colon, and it is called as the middle colic artery, and this will again divide into, okay, this middle colic artery will again divide into beta the right branch and the left branch, मतलब इसके रिस्पेक्ट में राइट और लेफ्ट, इसके रिस्पेक्ट में राइट और लेफ्ट, okay, and it will give small branches as of like this, the earlier one, okay. So yes, so remember guys that this is the middle colic artery, middle colic artery, and this middle colic artery, it is dividing into the right part and the left part, and again it is giving numerous branches. Again it is giving numerous branches, right? Now, so yes, we have discussed the third one, that is the right colic artery. The fourth one, that is the middle colic artery. Now coming on to the fifth one, beta. Coming on to the fifth one, it is the iliac colic artery. Okay, so I'll draw it with another pen. It is coming, so it will supply the ileum part, right? So we have the ileocolic artery. So this is the ileocolic artery, and this is the fifth branch that I have drawn. And this ileocolic artery will again divide into the upper branch, and yeah, it will divide into the lower branch. Yes, lower branch. And remember guys, this lower branch will anastomose with its own superior mesenteric artery. This lower branch will anastomose with its own superior mesenteric artery. जो रेड वाली आ रही है तो superior mesenteric artery है ना बेटा, इसी के branches की बात कर रहे हैं, इसी के branches की बात कर रहे हैं. So remember over here that this ileocolic artery will divide into, this is the upper branch of ileocolic artery, and this is the lower branch of ileocolic artery, ileocolic artery. And remember guys, that is the one which will anastomose. It is the one which will anastomose with its own superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric artery. Anastomose का मतलब पता है ना, दो पॉइंट्स का मिलना. So you can very well see कि ये वाला जो part है, that is anastomosing, right? ये वाला जो part है, that is anastomosing, and that is the anastomosis with the superior mesenteric artery, that is the lower part of the ileocolic artery. इतना क्लियर है सब लोगों को? इतना क्लियर है सब लोगों को? अब ileocolic artery is giving certain branches. Yes. Now this lower part will also give one branch. Yes, this lower part will also give one branch. Yeah. Now this lower part will give branches to the cecum. Okay. So it gives anterior and posterior branches to the cecum, and it will also supply to the appendix. Okay, it will also supply to the appendix, right? So this is, so let me just mark it. So let me just mark it. So this is the appendicular artery, and these two are the cecal branches, the anterior and the posterior cecal branches, the anterior and the posterior cecal branches. Now guys, is this picture clear to everyone? Now, is this picture clear to everyone? Just give me a thumbs up, Peter. Just give me a thumbs up. Is this picture clear to everyone? Angel Matthews, very good, beta. Anakala, very good. Very good, beta. Yes. Sure. Very good. Very good, beta. Anakala, very good. Very good. What about rest, guys? Sonu, very good. Very good, beta. Now, Kriti, Garima, Dimple, Abhi, very good. Very good, beta. Now, let us now write down this in a very short manner. So we have to discuss the branch and the areas of the midcut supplied. Areas of midcut supplied. let us just write what we have written. Let us just write what we have written. Okay. So, like what we have drawn. So yes, it is the inferior pancreatico duodenal artery. Inferior pancreatico duodenal artery. And the areas of the midgut which is supplied, it is lower half of duodenum, lower half of the duodenum, plus, yes, it is the part, a small portion of the head of the pancreas, part of the head of the pancreas. तो मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था, डायग्राम में आपको दिख ही रहा है, inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery is the first branch coming from the superior mesenteric artery, and this part, it is supplying, this artery, it is supplying the lower half of the duodenum. Along with that, it is the part of the head of the pancreas. Apart from that, beta, the second branch, we have the jejunal and the ileal arteries. The jejunal and the ileal arteries, right? And remember, guys, they are supplying the jejunum and the ileum, except terminal ileum, except the terminal ileum. Third one, we have the ileocolic arteries that I've already discussed. Yes, ileocolic artery लिख लेना. Ileocolic artery. Yes, it is supplying the terminal part of the ileum. It is supplying the terminal part of the ileum. We have the cecum, appendix, okay, and lower 1/3 of ascending colon. Lower 1/3 of ascending colon. Lower 1/3 of the ascending colon. Coming on to the fourth part, that is the right colic artery. The right colic artery, it is supplying upper 2/3 of transverse colon. Okay, upper 2/3 of transverse, upper 2/3 of ascending colon. Yes, there's upper 2/3 of ascending colon. Okay, plus the right colic flexure. That is the, you already know. I think Anushka has already answered it. It is the hepatic flexure of the colon or the right colic flexure. We have two flexure, right and the left one. The right colic flexure or the hepatic colic flexure, it is supplied by the right colic artery. Apart from that, beta, remember, we have the last branch, that is the middle colic artery. Middle colic artery, and remember, it is supplied by, okay, it is supplied by proximal, okay, that is the right two-third of transverse colon. Okay, it is supplying the right two-third of the transverse colon. So I hope this is clear, everyone. I hope the superior mesenteric artery is clear. The diagram is pretty clear to everyone. The celiac trunk diagram that we have drawn, it is clear to everyone. Along with the diagram, I'm making you write each and everything possible better. So I hope it is clear. So now you can already see the diagram which is given in the atlas, and the same diagram I have just replicated on the screen. So yes, the inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery, the middle colic artery, the right colic artery. So yes, you can just go through the diagrams as well that is given in the, yes. Garima, very good, beta. I hope everyone is like understanding whatever we are discussing. So yes, we have the inferior pancreaticoduodenal artery, middle colic artery, right colic artery, ileocolic artery, jejunal arteries, ileal arteries, and the appendix part. You can see the appendicular artery coming from the ileocolic arteries, right? So yes, yes. I hope clear है सबको. ठीक है, very good. Dimple अभी साई कृष्णा गरिमा अनकला Dimple, very good बेटा. चल. ये atlas में दिए हुए diagrams, so yes, you can just go through these diagrams also. I have drawn the same picture which we have like drawn. It is like hubahu, exactly the same picture. So just go through the diagram, first the line diagram that we have drawn, and plus the images that I will share you via Telegram, right? And so you can just go through both. Now coming on to the inferior mesenteric artery, coming on to the inferior mesenteric artery. Yes. Now remember guys, it is the artery of the hind gut. Yes. It is the artery of the hind gut. It is the artery of the hind gut. Now when I say hind gut beta, I'm talking about it is supplying the left one third of the transverse colon, left one third of the transverse colon. Okay, then we have the descending colon, okay, the sigmoid colon and a portion of the rectum, sigmoid colon and the rectum, okay. So we have left one third of the transverse colon, the descending colon, the sigmoid colon and the rectum, okay. चलिए फटाफट से इसका डायग्राम बना लेते हैं, फटाफट से हम लोग डायग्राम बना लेते हैं, ठीक है. चल, let us now draw the diagram. Yeah, so जहां से डायग्राम छोड़ा था वहीं से कंटिन्यू करेंगे. From where we have just left the diagram, we'll continue from there only. So you already know that we have to draw the transverse colon, the descending colon, the sigmoid colon and the rectum. The sigmoid colon and the rectum. Now beta, ये वाला part, it will be the splenic flexure of colon, or we call it as the left colic flexure. The left colic flexure. We have the descending colon, descending colon. We have this part. It is the right, or sorry, left one third of transverse colon, transverse colon. This we already know. We have the sigmoid colon. Okay, we have the sigmoid colon, and this is the rectum. This is the rectum. Okay, this is the rectum. So over here, guys, you already know we have the inferior mesenteric artery. Okay, so we already know. Suppose this is the, now this is the inferior mesenteric artery, the one which I have drawn right now. I'll use another color to label it. Yes, it is the inferior mesenteric artery. Okay, this is the inferior mesenteric artery. Now this inferior mesenteric artery, it is giving off branches to the left 1/3 of the transverse colon. Okay, so it is, we have the right colic artery. तो बेटा अब यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा, दिमाग लगाओ थोड़ा सा. You already know we will have the left colic artery. Okay, we will have the left colic artery, and this left colic artery will divide into the upper and lower branches respectively, and will give arcuate branches. Okay, will give arcuate branches, okay, to the transverse colon and the descending colon. So yes, we have this left colic artery. These are the upper branches, upper, and these are the lower branches, right? Upper branches and the lower branches, and these are again giving these arcuate branches. These are arcuate, the small branches. These are the arcuate branches. Okay, these are the arcuate branches. Now, okay, now one which is supplying to the sigmoid, okay, that is called as the sigmoidal artery. So we have another branch coming from the inferior mesenteric artery. Yes, and these are again 2-3 branches. So yes, these are multiple branches. So this is actually the sigmoidal artery. So yes, this is the sigmoidal artery. Sigmoidal artery, right? And the one which is supplying the upper part of the rectum, the one supplying the upper part of the rectum, it is called as the superior rectal artery. Again, guys, it is the superior rectal artery. Superior rectal artery. So we have the left colic artery, the sigmoidal artery, and the superior rectal artery. The superior rectal artery. Hmm. So, yes, I hope this is clear to everyone. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yeah. So it gives upper branches, the ascending branches, and the descending branches of the left colic artery. Okay. Yeah. If you want to write it, guys, if you just want to write it in short, you should know we have the left colic artery. Okay. Left colic artery. So yes, if we talk about the superior branch, okay, the superior, it is dividing into the upper part, and we have the lower part, that is the inferior part. Inferior. Okay, that is the inferior part. So the superior one, beta, superior one, it is actually supplying the 1/3. 1/3 supplies 1/3 of transverse colon, supplies the 1/3 of the transverse colon, and upper part of descending colon. Upper part of descending colon. If we talk about the inferior part, okay, so yes, it supplies the lower part of the descending colon, okay, and a small part of the sigmoid colon also. So it supplies the lower part of descending colon and a very small part of the sigmoid colon, so not relevant as of. Yeah. Sigmoidal colon, basically, you already know the second one, that is the sigmoidal. Uh, okay, second one, I'll write it over here. The sigmoidal artery. Sigmoidal artery. Basically, it supplies the sigmoid colon. Sigmoid colon. And the third one, that is the superior rectal artery. the superior rectal artery. And remember, yes, it supplies the rectum, upper part of the rectum, right? So yes, it is the rectum, which is the upper part. Yes. Now, superior rectal artery, we oftenly see it as a continuation of the inferior mesenteric artery. Okay. So yes, superior rectal artery is a continuation of the inferior mesenteric artery. Okay. And you already know these are anastomosing guys, right? The sigmoidal artery and the descending branch of the left colic artery. They are again anastomosing. So wherever you can find these two branches, okay, so it simply means that they are anastomosing with each other. They are anastomosing with each other. I hope the inferior mesenteric artery is clear to everyone. I hope the inferior mesenteric artery is clear to everyone. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, कि inferior mesenteric artery भी clear हो गया है. चल, very good. डिम्पल डी, सरिष्टा, कपिल, अनाकला, गरिमा, साई कृष्णा, वेरी गुड. चलो थोड़ा सा पोर्टल वेन के बारे में पढ़ लेते हैं. So we have discussed all these: celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery, inferior mesenteric artery, and the last one, that is the portal vein, beta. Portal vein. Yes. So yes, yes. Now we are going to start with the portal vein, guys. So yes, horrible, but let us like start with the portal vein first, right? नाउ गाइस, सबसे पहली बात आपको याद रखनी है. फर्स्ट कुछ थ्योरेटिकल पोर्शन आपको याद रखना है, तो पहले कुछ लिखेंगे इसमें. फर्स्ट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर सम इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स एंड just let us write it is. Okay. Yes, the veins, we are discussing the portal vein. Okay, the veins which drain the stomach, which drain the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, large intestine, as well as the spleen, pancreas, and gallbladder. Pancreas and gallbladder, they all. So when I say the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, spleen, pancreas, gallbladder, all the veins of these particular organs, they drain into portal vein. They drain into portal vein. They drain into portal vein, and this constitutes the portal circulation. And this constitute the portal circulation. This constitute the portal circulation. Okay. So now portal vein, it is formed. Okay. So now origin. What is the origin of the portal vein? So remember, it is formed behind the neck of the pancreas. It is formed behind the neck. बेटा देखो, ये head part है और ये neck है. ये neck part है. So portal vein is formed behind the neck of the pancreas. If you can just see the picture over here, beta, the portal vein, it is formed behind the neck of the pancreas. Okay, it is formed behind the neck of the pancreas. Okay, at level of L2. at level of L2, the lumbar 2 vertebra, right? At level of L2, right? By union of two veins, by union of two veins. Now guys, if you can easily see it over here, बेटा देखो spleen से एक vein आ रही है, spleen से एक vein आ रही है which is passing behind the pancreas. एक तो ये splenic vein हो गई, और एक नीचे से वेन आ रही है that is called as the inferior mesenteric vein. ठीक है, और एक नीचे से वेन और आ रही है that is called as the superior mesenteric vein. Okay, so remember guys that the portal vein, it is formed by two S. It is formed by the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein. Yes, fun note, very good, very good. It is formed by the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric veins. So it is formed by the two veins, guys. So yes. Now, while looking at the diagram, can anyone tell me the inferior mesenteric vein is draining the blood into which vein? The inferior mesenteric vein, it is draining the blood into which vein, guys? Apart from that, remember the two veins that you have to remember with the help of mnemonic. We have to remember two S over here. Okay, we have the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein. We'll learn the tributaries of the vena cava also, so no need to worry. एक एक चीज आपको पढ़ाई जाएगी एब्डोमेन में. जो भी लेक्चर्स फॉलो कर रहा है, मतलब अभी जब ऑर्गन्स पढ़ाऊंगा तो बहुत इजी लगेगा आपको, क्योंकि आपने सारा ब्लड सप्लाई तो पहले ही पढ़ लिया. सबसे मुश्किल होता है ब्लड सप्लाई, और वो सब चीजें क्लियर हो जाती है तो फिर बचता ही क्या है, फिर तो मतलब वही बॉर्डर सरफेस और पार्ट्स और रिलेशंस उतना ही पढ़ाते हैं हम लोग. ओके, सो यस अनाकला, वेरी गुड. इट इज द सुपीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन. वेरी गुड बेटा. नहीं, हाँ, सुपीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन तो ठीक है, सुपीरियर मेसेंट्रिक और स्प्लेनिक वेन. मेरा क्वेश्चन था इंफीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन, इट इज ड्रेनिंग द ब्लड इनटू विच वेन? Inferior mesenteric vein, it is draining the blood into which vein? Right? उसका आंसर दो ना, पिक्चर देख के बताओ. इंफीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन जो है वो अपना ब्लड किस वेन में ड्रेन कर रही है? इट इज ड्रेनिंग द ब्लड इनटू विच वेन? ओके, लेंथ याद रखिएगा. लेंथ, इट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 8 centimeter, 2.5 to 3.5 inches. Okay, termination. देखो इंफीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन दिख रही है ना बेटा, और ये कहाँ जा रही है, कौन सी वेन में जा रही है? पीछे की तरफ. ये कौन सी वेन है ऊपर से जो आ रही थी? दैट इज द स्प्लेनिक वेन. पीछे की तरफ क्या है? स्प्लेनिक वेन्स है ना. यस सरिष्ठा, वेरी गुड सरिष्ठा लता, वेरी गुड. Termination, beta, remember the termination, it ends in the porta hepatitis. Sorry, hepatitis बोल रहा हूँ, hepatis. So in the porta hepatis, by dividing into right and left branch, while by dividing into right and the left branch, by dividing into right and the left branch. Okay, by dividing into the right and the left branch. So yes, just let us fun mode. Yes, right है बेटा, splenic vein है. इसको ना थोड़ा सा अगर ड्रॉ किया जाए बेटा, so you already know कि for example this is the duodenum, and you already know the pancreas lies in the arms of the duodenum. तो उसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? रोमांस ऑफ duodenum बोलते हैं ना. रोमांस ऑफ ड्यूटेनम बोला जाता है. जो डायग्राम एटलस में दिया हुआ है उसी डायग्राम को आई एम ट्राइंग टू रेप्लिकेट इट. आई एम ट्राइंग टू रेप्लिकेट द सेम डायग्राम व्हिच इज गिवन इन द एटलस. So just see. So suppose this is the duodenum, and you are very well aware that we are having this pancreas over here, right? So we have the uncinate process, the head of the pancreas, and the neck of the pancreas, and we have this, the body of the pancreas and the tail of the pancreas later, right? So you already know behind the neck of the pancreas, basically the vein is coming. Behind the neck of the pancreas, basically there will be reunion. So behind the entire body, entire part of the pancreas, this vein is coming, and this vein is called as the splenic vein. Okay, and we have the superior mesenteric vein also coming. Okay, we have the superior mesenteric vein also coming from downwards, and these two will unite together to form the portal vein. These will unite together to form the portal vein, which will divide into the right branch and the left branch in the porta hepatis. Okay, so remember, if we just have to mark the structures, so remember that this is the splenic vein that is passing behind. ओके ये मैं डॉटेड नहीं बनाया है, इफ लाइक बेटा ये डॉटेड बना लो तो ज्यादा क्लियर रहेगा, क्योंकि ये सब बिहाइंड द पेनक्रियाज हो रहा है ना. So yes, it is just happening behind the neck of the pancreas. So better if you just draw it dotted. So this is the splenic vein, and this is the superior mesenteric vein. Okay, so this is the superior mesenteric vein. So when these two veins unite with each other, they will form this portal vein, and this portal vein, it is formed exactly behind the neck of the pancreas, right? And again in the porta hepatis, it will divide into the two branches, the right and the left branch, Now, the relations I will be discussing tomorrow along with the tributaries. Okay, the relations and tributaries I will be discussing tomorrow. I hope till now the picture is very much clear. So, portal vein we have already started. We have seen the major two tributaries. Okay, that is the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein. We have discussed the inferior mesenteric arteries and the part of the colon which is supplied by it. We have seen the superior mesenteric artery with a very beautiful diagram, and we have seen with a simple table like which branch is supplying which area of the midgut. Apart from that, the celiac trunk, the three branches and their corresponding multiple branches, right? The celiac trunk and its branches. I hope you all understood today's topic. So yes, just give me a thumbs up, guys, that everything that I have discussed today, every picture that we have just seen, it is also clear. It is also clear. So yes, before leaving, just tell me, and tomorrow we'll start with the inguinal ligament. Again, this is a very important topic: inguinal ligament, rectus sheath, okay, inguinal hernia, inguinal canal, Hasselbeck triangle. All these topics I will be discussing up tomorrow. So yes, with very short, simple diagrams. So yes, Angel Matthews, yes, Kriti says, okay, thank you, sir. Kapil, okay, thank you. Everything is clear. Very good, beta. Sai Krishna, okay, beta. Sarishta, very good. I hope all the pictures are clear. Yes, Dimple D, perfect, beta. Perfect. So yes, एक बार practice करोगे ना हाथ से, so you will just remember everything what we have just discussed, right? एक बार हाथ से बना के देख लो, so it will be like good, right? चलो. We'll continue with the portal vein tributaries. Just one more slide, and then this topic will also get over. Apart from that, I will be discussing, apart from all this, like I will be discussing the inguinal ligament, the inguinal canal, the Hasselbeck's triangle, okay, all these topics I'll be taking up tomorrow. So yes, goodbye, guys.